At She Can, we tell women's stories. We show how women got to where they are today by describing their journeys, your journeys, Angela. Welcome to She Can. I'm talking to Angela McCarthy today, who is the CEO of the Earth Foundation, which is also the home of the Earth Prize. And you inspire, educate, mentor, and empower students, schools, researchers, and young entrepreneurs with innovative ideas to tackle the environmental challenges that we face today. And through initiatives, the Earth Foundation strives to foster a self-perpetuating ecosystem that accelerates positive change towards environmental sustainability. So, Angela, what an incredible thing to be doing. Tell us a bit more about yourself and the Earth Foundation.
First of all, thank you, Stephanie, so much for having me join this wonderful moment to share what we've been working on for the past 4 years now. So the Earth Foundation, as you mentioned, is the home to the Earth Prize, which is our first initiative. It's an environmental sustainability competition for teenagers worldwide to come up with solutions of any kind to tackle environmental issues. And this was born from the founder, an Irishman, Peter McGarry, father of 4, who was inspired by his daughter, Cora, who he discovered was in a Fridays for Future, I was going to say protest, but it's not a protest because it's peaceful, in Geneva. And that triggered him to learn a bit more about what youth is doing out there and why they care and why they feel they can make a difference, and they're pushing to do that. So we met and we discussed our passions in life. And he said, let's create something together. And the Earth Prize was born.
Incredible, Angela. Tell us a little bit more about the Earth Prize. You give $100,000, I believe, to someone who comes up with a really good idea to change, to create change. Tell us a bit more about the last 4 years, having done it for a few times now. How do you connect all these students? We spoke earlier and you really talked all about the interconnectedness of all of us on this planet, and also how we all can make a difference, especially children as well, or teenagers, who are the ones who really care about climate change, the environment, knowing what world they're growing up in and how they need to find solutions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What we see is that teenagers naturally, they think out of the box. And actually what's astounding is the statistics on suicide in teens worldwide has gone through the roof. And this is really due to media, social pressure, seeing what's in the news every day, the catastrophic sights of this planet. And at the same time, them feeling that they actually can't do anything, which leads to depression, and then further down the road, absolutely awful circumstances for these teens. And there was something within that just didn't sit well with me. How on earth can we allow this to happen? And actually, what could we do on our side to give them a platform where their voices could be heard worldwide, from 13 to 19-year-olds, knowing that the seed is planted in teens at that stage in their life, what they want to do, their future, where they're going to go. And if they can only see darkness, obviously we're going to have a serious issue. So really the Earth Prize is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to remind them that they have brilliant solutions. It's to showcase that we are all interconnected, and we show this in different videos and educational tools on our learning platform, where you realize that now we're in 154 countries, the Earth Prize. Amazing. You know, we have 10,000 students worldwide, thousands of teachers, all involved in this ecosystem. And really through the competition, it's a way to accelerate this interaction between students worldwide and showcasing their solutions and ideas, inspiring each other, working together, and then really the prize is there, and the prize money, so that they understand that we are serious about them. We don't want them to just have a plaque on the wall, but they never did anything. Yeah. We want to bring solutions to life, to be able to then follow those students, showcase the impact, and then re-inspire another 10,000, 20,000 students, and to keep going forward. So the $100,000 is divided between the winning team, 3 runners-up teams. We think that teachers need to be rewarded, and they also need to be heard. They do amazing things by championing the kids and believing in them. So there's an award for teachers, and also mentoring. We love this idea of, teens that have just gone to university, that they are helping the kids and championing them. So we have 50 university mentors from all over the world on our platform, answering questions at any time. So again, it's really just reminding youth that you can find your passion locally or globally. What do you care about? Is it the oceans? Is it soil? Is it plastic? And locally, you could start with something very simple, but take it through the competition, develop it. And at the other end, you'll see that in the space of 5 months, you have come up with a brilliant solution and idea that is creating an impact. And that's what we really want to share and accelerate this change through our competition.
Angela, and I love that because it's really all about enabling our young people to be able to take action, because that's much better than inaction when you get down about the state of the world, etc. They have so much to do, and I think we are often not providing the platforms for them to feel like they can make a difference, and so we need to enable them more. And what an amazing cash prize and gift or prize to be aiming for. Angela, so what is your main motivator? Now that you've been doing it a few years, you've already connected 10,000 students, thousands of teachers. I love that you give them remuneration as well. All the teachers worldwide are not paid enough, except for, I think, Iceland and some Nordic countries. They're all struggling.
I think, what's been beautiful, this is our 3rd edition of the competition. So now we really are able to look at data, stories, real impact, change. When we look at the winning teams, the finalists, even the top 30 to 40 teams, when you see what they came up with 3 years ago and what those students are doing now, that is my main motivator. When I get on a call with one of our alumni who's just arrived at Stanford or Harvard or Oxford, and they're signing up now to become mentors because the experience going through the competition was so life-changing for them that they now want to give back and be a mentor to the next cohort. That for me is really powerful. And what that means is this is working in the sense that it is spreading enthusiasm, inspiring, educating, mentoring, and empowering youth. So that is my main motivator, is that we have evidence. They talk to me, they tell me that this competition has changed their life. And now they're actually studying something different. I think that's another thing, is you don't realize what triggers someone in their life. And they take a new path, a new journey. A lot of students don't realize that, helping the environment, you can do it in so many different ways, where you can actually get a great job in sustainability, making that change. So when you have a student in front of you and you see them changed and making a difference to thousands of others, you just got to keep going, no matter what's going on.
And I love that. I have goosebumps because it sounds like such a powerful circle.
Yeah.
Angela, so what top qualities do you think you have that you bring to the table that make you so good at what you do and make this so successful?
Oh gosh, I think the truth is I'm passionate about what I'm doing. So everything that I say, all the ideas that come are because it's from my heart. It's not someone else telling me what you need to be doing. It's from my heart. And a big, big part is I love youth. And I think that, you know, at the end of the day, they are our next generation of leaders. So
Absolutely.
share your mistakes with them. Share what's worked for me. I ask them, we have a youth board, what am I doing wrong? Like, what do you think is missing here? You know, it's really about trusting them, believing in them, and they believe that I believe in them. And then this circle of trust occurs, and they believe in the Earth Prize and its mission and its vision. So I think I love youth. I believe in them. And I think they know that, you know, that's one thing. And storytelling, which we touched upon earlier.
Yes, absolutely.
Storytelling, you
Yes,
know,
and
it's something I love. And you can communicate in various ways, but if you can engage with youth through storytelling, and not just youth, other individuals. I speak to venture capitalists, I speak to professors, I speak to teachers, I speak at conferences. It's really about sharing stories that touch people. And that's really what I'm doing, along with, I really took myself, my 13-year-old self, and I said, if I could have had anything, what would it have been? You know, so I think I sort of dove into that part of my life, and they relate to it. So that passion, drive, and determination, um, that's key if you want to make anything work and to continue it.
yeah, and you definitely understood the power of storytelling and how that's our easiest tool for creating change. Angela, so give us some top tips. What are your top tips for young people to understand that they can make a difference?
Yeah, I think first thing is to realize it doesn't have to be complicated, your idea. You know, I think a lot of they don't even get out the gate because they just think, well, my idea is not that great, it's not that powerful. But if I take one of our change makers, Lusain, he's out of Kenya. At 13, he loves football. That's his passion. But somebody was sharing through storytelling how many millions of trees are cut down per minute. And you know, the number didn't sounded big, but didn't really touch him. But then they put it into football fields.
Mm, mm,
138 football pitches are cut down every minute.
wow.
And that spoke to him.
Yeah.
And that rocked him. So, you know what he did? He was 13. He said to his school, every goal I score, I'm going to plant a tree.
Wow.
And Trees for Goals was born.
Wow.
Okay. And now Lusain is, I think he's 18 now. It is, I mean, he's got the ministers involved, loads of schools that they have planted thousands of trees. His best friend was so inspired. He loves basketball. Now there's hoops for goals. And just to say, he's been awarded multiple recognitions nationally in Kenya. He's been invited to conferences to speak. Now, if someone said to you, he just at 13 said, whenever I score a goal, I'm going to plant a tree. Realize that you can start something very simply, okay? And it can create a massive impact. So that's one tip I would share. Another thing I would say is think about what you really care about. What do you love? You know, don't try to think about something to impress someone else.
Mm,
What do you love your beaches? Are you by the beach? Do you love your mountains? Is it the soil? What is it locally that you really care about? So always think about your passion, because that will give you the drive to continue forward and to find solutions. And another thing is, you're no expert, and nor am I. You know, when Peter McGarry said, "Off you go," I don't know, start a foundation. I don't know, you go figure it out. I didn't know how to do any of this. You know, I have no background in education, sustainability, or any of it. But you reach out to the people who do know, and you work together.
yeah.
So So never be shy to ask for help, reach out. This is my idea. I don't know how to do it. So those are a couple of the tips that I would share to get you on your way.
That are truly incredible, Angela. I cannot believe the amazing example you just mentioned. And that's really something every child or every young person, every person in the world can think of. Angela, so what are your plans and goals for the next couple of years?
So ideally, we just want to keep growing and growing and growing and reach as many students around the world as we can. And we do that not just alone. That's why we have fantastic partnerships with other individuals who are similarly aligned to us. It's to really, our main aim is to accelerate this change throughout teenagers worldwide. But, you know, like anything you do, you have stumbling blocks. So, for example, we have been on a journey of fundraising this
Mhm.
last year because we need further funding to be able to expand and grow. And that has been a huge challenge. And that is no easy task. So, you know, right now that's what we're focusing on, creating good partnerships, looking for funding so that we can make sure that we can continue the Earth Prize and make sure that it's still here for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, re-inspiring and long past when we're on dust. But it's a challenge, and I do share things that are difficult on our road because it's not always. It looks so easy and polished. It's
Mm,
not, but
no.
at the same time, it's about being strategic, understanding who wants to help you, reaching out for help, showcasing the amazing stories that inspire others, and so that's my main focus right now.
Angela, do you want to go into one of the challenges that you're facing right now? Because that's always really interesting. And also tell us how much money you're trying to raise so that our listeners know if they feel called to something like this, then they know sort of what is being asked for.
Yeah, no, with pleasure. So we've spoken. I mean, first of all, I'm no expert in fundraising. I've certainly, I'm very fortunate to meet incredible people on a regular basis, and I get access to amazing meetings, which is hard in itself. So I've spoken to corporates, I've spoken to foundations, philanthropists, and really, what it is, it's very challenging because there's only a few doors to knock on, and there's so many of us that are trying to
Mm,
make a difference. And there's so many people knocking at their door that they have to essentially sort of create their own themes, ideas to tick. If they're corporate, they have to tick X boxes.
yeah.
So maybe they've already contributed for the next 3 years, they're blocked. They'll circle back to us. Maybe they have a theme, so it's water only, so we don't fit in water only. There's different reasons, but I think like anything, there is a match for us. It's just a little bit of luck is involved and timing. So I think, you know, the key is to keep on sharing, to keep on talking. You know, we have the prize money usually is 200,000, but this year we've had to take it to 100, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
And then of course, you know, we have a running budget. You know, we're a tiny team. I have three tiny magical threesome that do incredible work. And then I have the fourth intern, who is my father, John McCarthy. And he does a lot of work for us pro bono, and he's an amazing connector. But obviously, we need to expand. So the budget, apart from the prize money that needs to go back to its original amount, for being able to create those strategies and extra learning content that we want to build, we need we need to go back to our budget.
Yeah. Angela, thank you for sharing that. So, who are your role models? Who are the people who inspire and motivate you to keep going and to build this and every year to add more to it?
Really, it's the youth. You know, when you start meeting them and sitting down with them and talking to them, we're very fortunate. One of our partners is the Vilar Institute,
Hmm.
and they fly out our winning teams every June to their symposium, and they're showcased, you know, for 3 days, and it's truly incredible to meet them and to listen to them And, you know, you realize they are the ones who are going to save this planet.
Yeah.
And they are the ones we need to invest in now. You know,
Exactly.
so they are my motivation, they are my inspiration. And there's no amount of money, you know, to say no to invest in our next generation of leaders. There's just, you know, when you look at the world today and you look at our leaders today, we better do something for the next round. You know,
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Angela. And I'm so thankful for you taking the time to telling your story and telling the story of the Earth Foundation and this fantastic, fantastic initiative, and for reminding us that as a collective, we need to invest into our young people because they are the future. And we don't do that enough. We don't give them enough spaces. We don't listen to them enough. We don't enable them enough. And so I'm very grateful for this conversation. Thank you so much.
thank you very much for this time. And it's been lovely chatting with you and just sharing. Really, it's really about them. You know, I'm the voice for them, but it's a platform for youth. And I'm just here to share that with you. So thank you for giving me the space to actually showcase these Earth Prize teens.